Tom, obviously, they did hit some tough shots, but it felt like you guys were pretty connected for most of the part, defensively, offensively, good in the second half. What did you think of this group's performance in totality?
Well, I thought they hit us early, and obviously, we got in a hole, but I love the way we fought back, showed a lot of toughness and more discipline in the second half, and then timely plays, everyone working together on both ends of the floor. So I think it starts with your defense. And then you have to have a lot of toughness, and then you have to do it together. And I thought the guys did that.
What did you see with McGary in that fourth quarter? It looked like he was a little bit more assertive in trying to get his mid-range off.
Yeah, just, reading the game extremely well, getting to his spots. He had some big-time rebounds in traffic, some tough plays. I thought he was terrific in the fourth quarter. I thought OG gave us a huge game. And I thought Jalen, of course, was timely shot after timely shot, but I thought Mitch gave us big minutes. Cat gave us really good minutes. Deuce got us at a faster pace, so I thought that was good for us as well.
I mean, you obviously say you don't want to do this, but you're down 14 again in the third quarter. Just kind of what it says about this team to keep coming back.
You just got to keep fighting, and that's sort of the nature of the game. There's, when you're playing a three-point shooting team like that, there's going to be variances in the game where there's runs and you can't go away. You got to keep fighting. They have the ability to, make tough shots. I thought, Tatum had a monster game going. He's a great shot maker. And I thought a lot of the shots were challenged well. And he has the ability to make. And we have to have the determination to come back to do it over and over again and stick together.
Tom, what about the building and the electricity in the air when you guys were responding?
Yeah, and we always say, we got the best fans in the world, and the arena's great, the atmosphere, but we got to make sure we give them stuff to cheer for. So I think it's important to understand what goes into winning, and you have to earn your wins in this league. They're not given to you. And so the building is not going to win the game. Whatever the series, each game, you got to go in and put the work into winning that particular game. That's the only thing that matters.
Tom, you mentioned OG and what he gave you. It looked like he grabbed at his hamstring late in the first quarter, went to the locker room, came back. Just what did you see from him after he came back and the shots that he hit in the second?
Yeah, just, toughness, timely plays, flying all over the place. That was a huge steal that he made for us. But he's so disruptive. It's not only, and look, when you're guarding a guy like Tatum, there's a lot of stuff that he has to navigate through, and there's times you defend him well and he's still going to make, but to do it over and over and not get deterred and to keep fighting and then to make those plays that he made in the fourth quarter says a lot about him.
And there was a lot of talk earlier in the series about Mitch and the free throws, but they didn't foul him tonight, but he gave you a bunch of offensive rebounds again. Just what kind of lift did he give you?
Same thing. I think he and Cat played really well together. Josh was in foul trouble, so the two bigs and his defense, the offensive rebounding, that's huge for us.
Tom, you guys have kind of flipped the switch with the defensive rebounding the last game and a half. How important has it been to keep them off the offensive?
Well, it's huge because you got to finish your defense against them. You can get the initial part right, and then you can challenge the shot, and then they're very quick to the ball, and their guards pursue. Their bigs are relentless. You got to make sure you're getting bodies on them, and when you're switching, sometimes you got smalls on bigs, but you have to have the toughness to get the job done. Just get up in there and battle.
Tom, speaking of Mitch, he affects the board so much, even on plays where he doesn't get rebounds. What do you feel like he gives you guys, even on the plays when he's not getting boards? How is he actually impacting?
Well, it's the pressure he's putting on the rim, and then the threat of the offensive rebound and the extra possessions and what that means to the team and the value that it brings to the team. And then I thought he and Jalen connected on the lob, so I think that having that pressure there is huge for our team, and there's not really a stat for that, but what it does is it creates advantages for us.
Tom, Mikal kind of struggled in the first half, but what did you see from him in that fourth quarter? And
just his demeanor, and that's what I love about him. He played hard the whole game. I thought he had some good looks. They didn't go in, but that didn't sway him at all. And then he got going. big time in the fourth quarter. Those were huge shots he hit.
Tom, second half of the fourth quarter, you had Mitchell Robinson and Miles McBride out there. What led you to go with those two, and what did you see from the group during that
Well,
stretch?
the starters went on a run, so we ran with that longer, and then Josh got in foul trouble, so that's what really led to that. And then Cat needed a rest, and so we were just reading the game.
Tom, you always say Jaylen gives you your best when his best is needed. Just that third quarter, he comes out 16 points in the period. Just what did you see from him in that period to go on that run that he had?
Yeah, just reading the game. You know, he knew that we needed to be aggressive, and I thought that helped set the tone for what we were trying to do.
Coach, on that challenge where Josh got his fifth, what did your guys see for you to challenge it? And clearly the referee said it was a trip. So what did your guys see that caused you to want to challenge that?
I agree with our challenge guy. I disagree with the judgment on it, but sometimes that's the way it goes. You deal with it. But when you look at body position and you look at the things that occurred on it, yeah, I thought it was a good challenge.
Tom, 39 points for Brunson in a game like this, that's huge. Like, what makes him made for moments like this in the playoffs?
Just the way he's wired, a lot of poise under pressure. His confidence, I think, is always super high just because of the way he prepares and the way he works. So no moment is too big for him. You're not going to speed him up. He's not relying on athleticism, although he's more athletic than people realize. And then just his fundamentals, his footwork, to be able to get to the spots that he wants. He's great at creating separation, and he's always got great balance on his shot.
Tom, I don't know, I don't think anyone knows the word on it yet, but Tatum was out in a wheelchair in tears. Just kind of thoughts on, I guess, if they have to go without him, what that means.
Yeah, I never want to see a player get hurt. And, he's been a great player, and he's a great guy, too. So I hope it's not a serious injury.